Ever scroll through your social media and think, man, I wish I could get this back and forth without the actual humans?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, maybe not in those exact words.
Right.
But today's deep dive is about a concept that might just make you reconsider who you want in your digital world.
Oh, interesting.
Social AI. We're diving into an article that was sparked by a tech podcast.
Okay.
So double the tech insights here.
Yeah.
Basically, imagine a social network where you're not connecting with friends or family, but with AI.
Right.
A whole network of AI generating the content, interacting with each other.
And it's not as far-fetched as it might sound, right? I mean,
Right.
this idea is rooted in all these advancements we're seeing with these AI language models, particularly GPT 3.5.
GPT 3.5, that rings a bell.
Yeah, so this is a type of AI that's really good at understanding and generating human-like text.
And it's this technology that is making social AI a real possibility.
So instead of seeing, pictures of your aunt's baked mishap on your feed,
Right.
it's AI-generated jokes, debates, maybe even like poetry slams.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
about creating a new space for interaction where AI isn't just a tool.
Right.
It's an active participant in the conversation.
So less about replacing human connection, more about offering like a different flavor of digital interaction.
Yeah, precisely. Think of it like you have this brainstorming partner
Yeah.
that can offer a near infinite number of perspectives. So you could bounce ideas off of them, explore different viewpoints, engage in these really stimulating discussions, all without the pressure of like a real world social setting. Right?
Yeah, it's a fascinating concept. It's almost like having a room full of AI colleagues.
And you're just kind of like spitballing,
Yeah.
and each one of them has their own unique take on it.
Exactly.
I can test out ideas.
Yeah.
Get instant feedback.
Yeah.
Even just have some casual banter. What's really interesting to me is, you see this idea of AI as an interface popping up more and more.
It's true. And I think we're moving beyond that idea of AI as just a tool to perform tasks,
Right.
and more into this realm where AI is like integrated into our social and creative processes.
Yeah.
And you can see this shift in the way that social AI is designed. So instead of that one-way street where
Yeah.
you just post and hope for likes,
Yeah, you're shouting into the void.
you're engaging with this network of AI personalities,
Yeah.
right? And they're responding and reacting in unique ways.
So it's like having a multifaceted conversation. It's almost
Yeah.
like a real social media feed, but it's, bots instead of your buddies.
Exact.
Yeah. So let's bring this back down to earth for a second. Why should, someone listening, why should they care about AI making its way into their social media feeds?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, right? On a practical level, imagine if you had this space to test out ideas, workshop some creative concepts, or just have some fun. And you don't have to worry about, any of the judgment or scrutiny you get from the real world.
Right, like a judgment-free zone. Kind of like
Yeah.
a sounding board, but on steroids or something.
Exactly. Like, imagine if you're practicing a speech or something you're nervous about giving, but instead of just, a mirror, you've got a group of encouraging AI listeners providing you with feedback.
Oh, interesting.
Or think about, you could explore some really controversial topic without having to worry about like online trolls or getting into some heated argument.
I could see how that would be appealing. Although I feel like I remember something in the article about the early versions of this, like not quite hitting the mark,
Yeah, they did mention that the early AI social networks, they felt a little robotic.
Yeah.
Like they lacked that nuance and complexity you get from human interaction.
Right.
But I think the key thing to remember is this technology is still so new.
That's true. Yeah.
You think about how far smartphones have come in just a decade.
Yeah.
AI is moving even faster than that.
That's a good point. What seems, I don't know, clunky or unnatural today could be
Okay.
totally different in a year, even a few months.
Exactly. And as these AI models continue to, learn and improve, they'll be able to have these truly engaging, thought-provoking conversations. And I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll get to a point where it's really difficult to tell the difference between like a post that a human wrote and a post that AI generated.
Okay, now that's both exciting and a little, I don't know, unnerving. But let's say, for argument's sake, this technology just advances incredibly. Then what? Like, do we all just, I don't know, go crawl into our little digital caves and just have these perfect AI interactions and ditch human connection altogether?
Well, that's the question, right? I mean, it goes way beyond just technology, doesn't it? It makes you think about what we actually, like, what we want from social interaction in the first place.
Right. Yeah.
Is it like validation? Is it entertainment? Are we looking for a sense of belonging?
Yeah. Yeah. Or is it like, is it something deeper than that? Something an algorithm can't replicate no matter how, like, advanced it gets?
Exactly. And even if AI can sort of like mimic those human interactions, should it? I mean,
Mm.
this technology is incredibly powerful, but with that power comes, a responsibility to think about how it's going to affect like the fabric of society.
So it's not just, can we build these AI social networks, but should we? And if we do, how do we make sure that they're actually making our lives better and not, making things worse?
Exactly. And I mean, the article we're talking about today doesn't give us any easy answers or anything,
Right.
but it does make you realize how important it is to be having these discussions right now while it's still early.
Yeah, while we still have time maybe to steer things in the right direction.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, once we open that door,
Right.
who knows what's going to
Uh,
happen? Maybe we'll find out that AI isn't some replacement for humans, but like, I don't know, maybe it's a bridge to some new way of communicating.
Yeah. Yeah. Or a way of like understanding each other better.
Or maybe it'll be like holding up a mirror,
Uh,
and all of a sudden we see all these anxieties that we have about connecting in this digital world.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really good point.
Definitely something to think about.
Uh-huh.
And on that note,
Right.
we'll leave you to ponder all of that.
Yeah.
Is social AI the next big thing? Or is it, a cautionary tale or something in between?
Who knows?
Guess we'll have to wait and see how the code unfolds.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us in this deep dive. Be sure to check back for more explorations into the world of tech and ideas.